Vegas hockey versus everyone. What does that mean? Well, in the Golden Knights fan base, we have come to learn that it is either you're a fan of us and we are a tight knit community, whether you're in this city or whether you're a fan of us, or you're everyone else. And everyone else does a lot of this bitching and moaning about the league gave Vegas the team from the start. They don't deserve to be in the playoffs. They're always over the cap. They're always doing this. I'm going to tell you why a lot of these insults don't bother me as much, and they're really easy to debunk. You guys are just salty frickin' fans. Listen, every team does this. Every league has this. Every league has a team that is more annoying or whatever than the others. It's almost with the Patriots. I feel like I'm a Patriots fan when everyone just makes excuses for you being successful. Now, I'm going to get into this as fast as possible because this might be a 20-minute video. The league wants Vegas to win. Okay, how? How was that a thing? How is this a thing? If they were going to make Vegas win, do you think they would have done it maybe in 2020, 2021? Why would they do it now? Why would they have waited their 6th year to do it? Why wouldn't they have done it last year? Oh, because of the injuries? Okay, why didn't they do it the first year? Why didn't they do it the second year? Like, the first year was their best opportunity. But, oh, wait. They were gifted a team. Let's not forget that. Okay. How were the Golden Knights gifted a team? Because all 30 teams, because obviously Vegas isn't a part of that and Seattle didn't exist. If I'm not mistaken, I remember when we got the expansion draft and everyone was like, Marc-Andre Fleury is the only one recognizable on this list. No one knows who the hell Carlson, Alex Tuck, Holla, okay. James Neal might be your best scorer, okay. But you have Fleury and who else? Everyone else is backups, everyone else is scraps. This isn't a championship team. That was the label. That was the label all year long, that the Knights were not a championship contender. They're nowhere near a playoff team. And that they have guys on this team that aren't going to be good. They were never told. No one ever said that this team will be a team that wins the Stanley Cup. And let's be honest, we were gifted a playoff team from the start. I don't think so. When you look at our roster, when you really look at it, the guys that are still on our team, and then you look at everyone else. Like Nate Schmidt is what? Somebody else's defenseman who isn't that really good. Merrill is on also a defenseman, like second line maybe. Then you have guys like Nosak, fourth line. James Neal ain't even in the league anymore. Half of those guys aren't in the league anymore. Eric Hall is a third, fourth liner in New Jersey. And you have all these other guys who are just third, fourth liners in other teams. So did we really have a championship team, or was our team just better built? No one wants to play in Vegas is something has quickly been debunked. Jack Eichel loves it here because the fan base doesn't yell at him for stupid shit, acting like this team is the exact reason why he's the problem. No, he loves playing in Vegas. Barbashev wants to sign a contract here to be in here long term. So I think a lot of people want to be in Vegas, not just because of the environment, but because it's fun to play here. It's a fun place to play. And our team is not cancerous. We have guys, there's no drama. If you notice, this year was the first year I don't think we ever had drama. Besides the injuries, when you think about it, like the 2020 was carried by the Fleury fiasco. He was in and out of playing because of family issues, but then he got his job taken by Robin Leonard, and then that was a big problem into next year. And then Leonard's first year, which was also the injury year. I think when we lost that San Jose Game 7, it has just been drama since then. The Golden, refs. Yeah, fucking right. You think that the refs are on our side? Every league, every team says the same bullshit you all are spitting. The Golden Knight, and by the way, I'm doing this bias. I'm trying to be as biased as possible. I have been I have been on the other side of this, where it's like, yeah, the refs are against us. But we're not going to act like Florida is a couple of fucking saints. There's a reason why they're not calling the things that they're calling. There's a reason why both teams have been getting away with shit. I should have seen 3 penalties on Florida in the last 4 minutes of the game where that could have destroyed them. That could have finished them off before that last minute. And then the brawl ensues, and then everyone's like, well, Petro should be suspended 10 games. It's a rule. Well, read the rule closer, dumbasses, because I thought Vegas fans didn't know the rules. But we do. When you read the rule that it states that you're not allowed to leave the penalty box, read it, because the play was over. The period was over. The game was over. So now, based off of your guys' logic, does that mean that Vegas' power play penalty needs to be carried over? Because if that's the case, then Tkachuk got 3-game misconducts. My fucking throat is killing me. And that means he should be kicked out the entire game next game. Bye-bye Tkachuk. Can't play based off of the fans ruling. That means he can't play if penalties are supposed to carry over in games. So the refs have missed both calls left and right. Let's not forget, and Toronto fans, you might agree with me, let's not forget one of their players on the game-winning sealer of their series literally held a guy's stick, lifted it up on purpose with his own hands, and didn't get a call for it, and the game-winning goal gets scored. And then he laughs and yells. He laughs afterwards, but he yells in the goalie's face. Yeah, that should have been a penalty, and that should have gone the other way. So golden refs, let's hold on that before we start taking hardware out. Now, this is one of my favorites. We have the worst fan base. Man, every team has the worst fan base. There's no best fan base. There's no worst fan base. Every team has shitty fans. Like, you're going to tell me throwing trash on the ice is not shitty? You're going to, like, that. I hate it when fans act stupid. First of all, when you throw shit on the ice, it's stupid. But I hated that Vegas fan who tried to, like, get involved in the reporter's report, and she, like, stiff arms him. First of all, I don't understand why they don't have security near that. Because that's one thing I don't get. I know they're worried about getting everyone out, but at the same time, I would be worried about that happening. Or you would think that the television crew would be smart enough to have somebody for that situation. People say dark things all the time. You know how many times I've read this Stanley Cup playoffs and past about the shooting here? It's childish, it's stupid, and it's idiotic. That simple. People are mad because their team sucks and their GM sucks. They were gifted a team, they were gifted this. Well, guess who gifted us those picks and gifted us some other players? Your team. Your team did. They spartaned up because that's why Seattle had a rougher time. Because Vegas got multiple picks and everyone... That's why I never understood why people cared when Vegas traded away their picks. Because it's like, you guys gave us these picks. Why can't we trade them away? That's what I never understood. Because it's like, think about it. I'm pretty sure we got Tuck, someone else. Maybe it was Hala. I forgot. But we got 2 people from Minnesota alone. I think I'm probably wrong on this, but I think the Penguins made us choose Fleury. Like they said, "Oh, we'll throw in a pick." I think I could be wrong, but other teams did that. Think about it. Florida gave us Marchessault and Riley Smith, 2 of our key fucking stones in this franchise. One team gave us that. And every other mistake that teams made, we made them into money. Picks that went Suzuki, went somewhere else. Every pick we got, no matter if it was a prospect or someone else, went to building the team we have now. I'm sorry that your guys' GMs are not the best. The cap thing, too, go on the website. I believe we're $2 million actually underneath the cap, which is funny. So, how are we over the cap? And why is everyone coming at us like Tampa didn't just do this 2 years ago straight? Like, I don't understand that. Vegas gets so much hate for being over the cap. Meanwhile, literally, the team we played against, fucking Oilers, were $10 million over the cap or some shit like that. $5 million maybe. So how the fuck are we? So we're $2 million under, but they're $5 million over, but we're getting yelled at for being over the cap? Come on, you all need to be smarter than that. Like, come on now. Like, it's just foolish at this point. We also have an owner that wants to win. That's why he brought in Stanley Cup champions. When he realized that we had two big needs after 2020, he said we need a defenseman. This was also management, Kelly McCrimmon and George McPhee. They said we need a top defenseman and a top goal scorer center. We got Jack Eichel 2 years, and a year in that same summer, we got Pietrangelo. Sorry about it, but sorry that our team tries to win every year. I'm sorry that your team doesn't. That's not our fault. Sorry that sorry that teams have been waiting years and years to get back into the finals, and teams haven't made the finals, but you guys aren't making a big leap to make the finals. You guys aren't making a big leap to change anything. Here's the thing in sports, and it's happening with hockey. There was a time in NFL where only certain teams made it to the Super Bowl. Teams that involved one of the Manning brothers, Tom Brady, or Ben Roethlisberger. At a point in time in history, though, at least one of those four were in the championship, whether it was the AFC, NFC, or the Super Bowl. For years. I think this past year was the first time it was ever happened. Think about that for a minute. Years of having these guys, and most of them were retired. Ben and Tom were the only two rolling for a little bit. So that is this ridiculous. That means those teams have been going all the way for that long. And that's the same with hockey. There has been a group of top 5 all time. And it all depends on how it works. I would not be shocked if we saw the Knights here again next year. Now, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to put it out in the universe, but it could happen. Because when you really think about all their initial things, I talked about this on my stream. They don't have that many guys that, like, at least top guys that they want to keep to sign to keep into the roster, and we still have the same Stanley Cup roster that we just walked in with. So the Golden Knights, the Avalanche, Tampa Bay, Boston, all these other teams will be that core 10 team that will always stay, but out of that 10 teams, there's only 4 to maybe 6 that truly have a shot at winning the championship. And you always have to look at that during the finals. That's why when you notice there was only 1 or 2 favorites after the first round this year, because every other favorite was eliminated in the first round. So if you guys wonder why Vegas fans are so close, it's because we literally have to go against every other fan base. We're tired of hearing all the BS. Well, yes, a lot of people here didn't know about hockey. I'm not one of them. I never get mad at that comment because I mean, I think I got mad at it earlier. But, like, most people were fans of other teams. You guys don't understand that Vegas was the Golden Knights were the first team to come to Vegas. I never had a team to my own in my hometown. I finally have one. And that was a dream come true. Look, I support the Raiders, but I will always be a Steelers fan first. I love, and it's mainly if it's an expansion team. Let's just give it real. I love the Golden Knights. I will always and forever have a near dear to my soul the Penguins. I always will. That's just a fact. So, we are 1 win away from hoisting the Stanley Cup. The Golden Knights are. If it happens, amazing. The city is going to be rejoiced. Hopefully we don't burn a fucking thing down, but I just hope people understand why this, like, all these things that you say make no sense, and they make you look like an idiot, and they make you look like a salty bitch because you don't want to see another team succeed, and that's fine. But this team, at least for now, will not go anywhere, especially if they win this cup. That's just going to fuel their fire to make one or two more by the next 6 years. So you're in for a running. It's going to take a while for the Knights to fall off, I think. And when they do, I will still support the team. And a lot of people might not. But honestly, I kind of like it. A lot of the teams and people got off the bandwagon last year. And I was so happy when that happened. Because I hated the fake fans. I love when they're the true gunned, whether they're Vegas born or whether they just want the Golden Knights to win. It's amazing to just see when that happens. So that's going to be it for me. I know I just jolted a lot of stuff in one video, but it is what it is. I give nothing but luck to both teams tomorrow night, or by the time this video comes out, who knows, but I wish both teams good luck, and I hope that it's a good final game if it is the final game, and if not, I hope it's a good rest of the series if Florida can make a little bit of a comeback. But that's going to be it. You'll see a video from me when the finals are done. Me making basically a big recap of the whole series and season and what's next for the channel over the next few months, especially since a lot of things are going to change. But that's going to be it for me. Follow down below. Subscribe. Let me know your comments. Why do you hate the Knights? Truly. If you dislike the Knights, I want to know. Don't be hateful. Don't be, this. Tell me truly why you don't like the Knights. And if you hate them and you're thinking like maybe you're right, maybe you should think about how to act. And did this video change your mind or just piss you off more? Because I'm good at doing that too. So that's going to be it for me. And if anybody else, by the way, in the comments, don't start fights. Remember, I want this to be a clear platform where people can voice their opinions in a respectful way. And that's going to be it. Follow everything down below. That's going to be an amazing day tomorrow. Dominate the world, Dominators, because David Dominator is out. Peace.